Alright, Jake, I'm filming.
So guys, I'm in the hospital. I had an accident.
Chaos, drama, and now a hospital bed. Jake Paul has finally spoken out after reports that Gervonta "Tank" Davis punched him so hard outside Miami airport that he was rushed to the ER. Jake Paul, the problem child turned boxer, got a little too close to a real fighter this time. With a busted lip, swollen face, and pride in shambles, Jake now sits in a hospital room saying only one thing: "I'm going to press charges." That's right, Jake Paul is threatening legal action after taking a real punch outside the ring. But how did it come to this? This wasn't some random fight between two celebrities with issues. It was built-up tension finally spilling out in public. Let's break down what actually went down and what it could mean for the much-talked-about Tank versus Jake showdown.
Canelo, obviously, didn't materialize. Was the next one Tank?
Yeah. I mean, that was on the 1 yard line as well, but he has to rematch, Lamont Roach. He wants to get that back. And then we'll be back in discussions with Mr. Gervonta. But man, this is the nature of boxing. You have massive fights on the 1 yard line and things just fall through.
As you're watching it, he was a gigantic favorite, and this is on the heels of the Canelo thing. Are you like, what the fuck is going on here?
I don't know, though, because I never really thought Tank was that good. It would just take the right fighter to pick him apart, to be honest. Someone who had high activity and wasn't afraid of his power. So I always saw so many holes in his game. So to me, it wasn't that surprising that someone finally gave him some good work.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195.
Oh, wow. So he would go all the way from 40 to 95?
Yeah, I mean, it would be an exhibition.
Okay. And so what does that mean? Is that 3-minute rounds?
Yeah, 10 3-minute rounds.
And when you say exhibition, what are the restrictions on that?
No restrictions, just the fact that we couldn't actually get it professionally sanctioned.
Okay. Is that still of interest to you? If he wins the rematch and you beat Julio, is that of great interest to you later this year?
For sure.
Let's begin with the moment that lit up the internet. Gervonta Davis was seen in Miami after a busy press run promoting his August rematch with Lamont Roach. At the same terminal, Jake Paul had just arrived for a reported Netflix promo shoot. According to witnesses, things kicked off with trash talk but quickly turned into punches.
Since you lost, what's up, Jake? Where you going, Jake? Oh, he's running! He's running! Look at him!
Sources close to the scene say Jake was teasing Tank about their rumored exhibition, cracking jokes about size, weight, and even Tank's legal problems. But Tank isn't the type to shrug things off. His temper is well known, and Jake pushed the wrong buttons. One shove led to a punch, and within moments Jake was on the floor. Paramedics arrived, and while he was awake, he was clearly rattled. A few hours later, he was admitted to a Miami hospital for observation. Nothing serious was found, but the swelling was more than enough to make headlines.
Ow.
What would make it?
Ow. Oh my god, we're holding hands. Oh my god. Ow.
See this side? Let me see.
Ow. Oh.
Why would it be infected?
Say I do. Say I do.
Oh, bruh. Can I see that hand?
What did Jake say from the hospital? Just one line: "I'm going to press charges." Whether he means it or is just stirring things up for publicity, the threat is serious enough to cast doubt on the planned Netflix mega exhibition between the two. Tank's legal team hasn't commented yet, but everyone knows Gervonta Davis is no stranger to legal trouble. His record outside the ring is nearly as long as his highlight reel inside it.
Well, let me ask you this. I was just talking to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that as...
but don't you know...
It's your side of the story. Give your side.
Have you just talking to her, though? With the information that she gave you, can't she tell you...
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here.
Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says as fact?
All I'm just saying is I'm not from here. I don't know her exact address.
Okay, that's fine.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not asking for her exact address.
She's saying you hit her. She does have a mark on her lips, and it's under.
I have a mark right here.
Did she hit you?
Turn around. For battery.
Turn around.
Violence.
Put your hands behind your back. What's his first name?
Gervonta.
From a hit and run that injured 4 people to domestic violence accusations caught on video, Tank has faced almost as many battles in court as he has inside the ring.
Baltimore native and boxing champ Gervonta "Tank" Davis is sent to jail less than a month after he was ordered to serve 3 months of home detention. He was taken into custody after an impromptu hearing yesterday, and now he will finish his 90-day sentence in the Baltimore City jail. Deputies say Davis violated the terms of his home detention sentence in a 2020 hit-and-run crash. He said his home was too small, so he moved to the Four Seasons Hotel, but did not get permission from the judge. He received his 90-day sentence after pleading guilty in February to a crash that injured 4 people.
He's been arrested several times, spent stretches on house arrest, and dealt with probation violations that came close to derailing his career.
Been arrested in South Florida on charges of domestic violence causing bodily harm. This is his mugshot that was just released to WJZ. At last check, he remains in custody at the Broward County Jail. And this is just the latest in his legal troubles. Davis is scheduled to appear in a Baltimore Circuit Court in February for his alleged involvement in an unrelated hit-and-run incident from November of 2020.
And now, with this alleged punch on Jake Paul, he could be facing another major charge. If Jake goes ahead with legal action and the case is treated as assault, Davis might even risk suspension from boxing, especially with governing bodies getting tougher on fighters' behavior outside the ring.
Gervonta Davis walked out earlier today. That's after a judge gave him a $1,000 bond. Davis was scheduled to headline a boxing match next week in Washington, D.C. It's unknown if that's going to happen.
One more incident like this and Tank could end up sidelined right as he's hitting his prime.
Bane said to Batman, victory has defeated you. Do you think that with Tank?
Well, I was going to say Marvin Hagler's quote, which was, it's very difficult to get up and do your early runs when you're wearing silk pajamas.
Yeah.
And it's the same kind of thing. Like, the reality is that Tank's success can lead to like a difference in mentality. But as I've said before, and sometimes he hasn't liked it when I've said it, the great thing about Tank is doesn't overthink. Like when he boxed Ryan, they asked me, who do you think's going to win? And I said, Tank. And one of the reasons is he's not an overthinker. I know a lot of fighters that will talk to me the day leading up to fight. What do you think? What do you think? Tank don't ask anyone what they think.
Right.
He just goes in there and fucks people up.
Right.
But now, maybe he's not that guy anymore. Maybe he's become a little bit softer. I just feel like that's a natural thing to happen to a fighter. The special ones stay that same guy. But this might be the thing that spurs him back to say, oh, I need that back.
Here's where things get strange. More and more fans online believe the entire airport clash was staged, just a stunt to pump up interest in the Tank versus Jake fight. And honestly, the matchup needed buzz. Without drama, not many were planning to tune in.
Wanted the Loma fight when it was in its prime. Him and Mayweather, their team just, they just danced around it. When we wanted the Devin fight for Undisputed, the belts don't matter. I could just give them to my kids because everybody's winning belts. Shakur, he's easy work, he's boring, but you don't want to unify against him. Keyshawn might have a chance. You feel me? It's just disgusting. We wanted the Bud fight too after he called him out, and we also would have took a Teofimo Lopez fight. But then his fans would say, oh, but they're too big. They're not in his weight class. What the fuck is Jake Paul? This is the bullshit I be talking about. Like, this shit does nothing for the sport of boxing, but in terms of the division of 135, it doesn't do jack shit.
And honestly, it does add up. Multiple camera angles caught it, Jake didn't suffer any real damage, no one was arrested, and suddenly the fight is trending everywhere. Even Eddie Hearn mentioned in a DAZN interview that Jake vs. Tank is booked for November, right after Tank's rematch with Roach in August. Coincidence or calculated chaos? Either way, the buzz just exploded. But let's be real, this matchup looks crazy on paper. Jake Paul walks around at 195 pounds, and he said the fight will be at that weight with no negotiations. Tank fights at 135. That's a 6-weight class gap.
If you do fight, what weight would it be at?
195. It would be an exhibition.
Okay, so it was going to be an exhibition, not sanctioned, but no restrictions. You can knock each other out and shit like that. It was going to be at a catch weight of 195 pounds, 10 rounds, 3 minutes. I've been trying to figure this out. Why was I a Tank hater for wanting to see Tank go up 5 pounds to get some smoke with like Teofimo Lopez or something? I just wanted to see him go up 5 pounds and fight Teofimo Lopez. And all of you are saying, you want Tank hurt, Showbiz. You a hater. You want him hurt. Then I'm convinced Okay, he's too small, but he can fight Jake at 195.
This isn't just a mismatch, it's a serious health risk. You've got a natural 195-pounder going up against a fighter from 135. That kind of size difference is dangerous.
Davis just posted that he would beat the brakes off of you if you guys fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be down. Let's run it. Like, I'll be super, super down. I don't know if
Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right?
is there a height limit in boxing?
Tank is one of the most dangerous pound-for-pound finishers in boxing, but size still matters. If Jake can absorb Tank's shots without backing down and land his own, the entire fight could swing against Tank in a big way.
Probably could get hurt. You know, this dude's 200 pounds at the end of the day, and it's not like he's a bum. No, he's not on Tank level, but a good big guy beats a great little guy. That's the phrase. This is a bad look. It's just, again, it's going to be hard for Tank to walk away from the big business that is this fight. It's a huge payday. I guess Tank fans definitely need to be worried. I know you guys think he's Superman. Jake Paul being 195 and then rehydrating. Tank fighting at 135, coming in at like 133, where people are like, man, look, he can make lightweight. That's a 60-pound gap. That shit got to be dangerous and even unfair. Can his punches even hurt Jake? It can't be safe.
And it's more than just the weight gap. Jake's pushing for no judges, no headgear, and full knockouts allowed. This isn't your typical celebrity exhibition. It's basically a sanctioned street fight under a Netflix deal.
Past Roach, and he wanted that Jake Paul fight, which I think Jake Paul would have beaten. Jake is way too big. Tank is 5'5", 135, soaking wet. Y'all think Tank is too small for 140. He ain't beating no heavyweight. I'm not joking. I don't think he would have hurt Jake. He would have to jump up to reach. I don't think he would have hurt him. I tell you this, it would have gone the distance, and people would have been laughing their asses off, and it wouldn't have been good for Tank's brand. I tell you that. That fight would have went the distance. Soon as 5'5" Tank is looking at a 6'2", 6'3" Jake Paul, y'all would be like, hold, wait a second. And Jake Paul be on spread out paws with that arm out and stepping back. And bro, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. But that's a cap. Fine. We'll never get to fight anyway. So we'll never know.
So why is Tank taking this fight? Simple, for the payday. And let's be honest, nobody in the boxing world is giving him respect for it.
You got your eye on Tank. What do you think about the rumors of Tank and Jake fighting?
Man, Tank disrespectful to the sport if he choose that over fighting with me. I'm the best fighter in the sport. I've been telling him that, and he called cap on it. So if he won't call cap and say I'm not who I say I am, come prove it.
Here's the real concern. This whole Jake Paul circus could be distracting Tank. Before Netflix, before lawsuits, before all the hype, he's got a serious fight in August. A rematch with Roach. And if you remember their first fight, it didn't exactly end clean. Roach shocked everyone by lasting into the late rounds, and in round 9 many fans believed he caught Tank clean. But the ref waved it off and let the action continue, sparking huge controversy. People accused the fight of being rigged, and DAZN was slammed with backlash.
Tank, you voluntarily took a knee midway through this fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago, and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that, and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all booing like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my shit done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Turn around and love you again. You know what I mean?
Roach has been grinding hard in camp for this rematch, and if Tank loses focus, Roach could wreck the entire Netflix payday.
I say you fought 0. What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, it's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't get me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% for a fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. Just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Let's not forget, Tank has been dealing with non-stop pressure ever since his split with Floyd Mayweather.
Let you off that you was like, I gotta do that.
A lot of people don't know that what Floyd do. He said.
So you feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and
Yeah.
I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Cause it's weird. I feel like y'all got, I don't say love hate, but it's been like the last interview you showed them love. This week it was whatever. But is that sometimes like, you know, is it just like big bro, little bro seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Damn. Wow.
And I'm just releasing
This is
it on
exclusive. That's exclusive. Bigger than Floyd deal?
Yeah.
Tank no cap, nigga. That's a lot of bread.
You'll see. It's gonna come out.
Floyd was the architect of Tank's rise, but now the two are at odds. Floyd has been spotted training Tank's rivals, tossing subtle shots online, and even giving quiet support to Lamont Roach in camp. Some fans believe Floyd wants Roach to humble Tank just to send a message. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is out here milking hospital selfies off a single punch, but Tank has real threats waiting for him in the ring. Now about this lawsuit. Jake's no stranger to legal threats, but usually it's over contracts, payouts, or streaming drama. Suing over a punch in public is new territory. A lot of fans think it's all strategy, make Tank the bad guy, gain sympathy, and turn their fight into a grudge match that sells even bigger.
We're working on it behind the scenes to make that happen, and obviously that's a fight where the fans are going to win, and it's going to be the biggest event of the year.
What weight would you fight him at?
We're working on it, but it'd be an exhibition most likely.
If Jake quietly drops the case later, it'll be obvious it was just part of the hype. But if he really goes through with it, Tank could get stuck in court again, which might delay the Roach rematch or even put the Netflix mega fight at risk.
Discussions with a lot of names: Gervonta Davis, Anthony Joshua, Badu Jack, Ryan Garcia, KSI, Tommy Fury. So there's a lot of people on the hit list, but Badu Jack excites me a lot, and I definitely want to become world champion. So going after Zerto or Badu sounds like a good game plan to me.
If you had your pick of the litter, in scale of 1, 2, and 3.
First is Gervonta, second is Anthony Joshua, third Canelo.
At the end of the day, this whole story sits somewhere between reality and showbiz. Did Tank really snap? Did Jake push things too far? Or was this all just a calculated move to go viral, like when McGregor threw that dolly at Khabib's bus? Either way, it worked. Everyone's talking, everyone's watching. But beyond the headlines, one guy's in the hospital and the other could be in court. If this keeps heating up, the fallout might be more than just hype. Jake Paul says he wants respect as a real boxer, but after this, his first challenge might be making it through the chaos outside the ropes. Tank Davis isn't a social media stunt. He's a fighter built from years of pain, discipline, and war, and Jake just got a taste of that the hard way.
Davis, bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shavers was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition.
Yes,
He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them, it can get you beat. So that's the only thing I think you gotta be careful of. Other than that, Tank is a really good fighter.
But while Jake heals up, the weight is all on Tank. He's got Lamont Roach coming for him, Floyd Mayweather stirring things up in the background, and a Netflix fight that could either launch him higher or drag him down. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss what's next. Drop your thoughts in the comments, stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.